First and foremost, I want to thank everybody out there.
Please don't give a political speech. This is not the platform.
Yes.
The Morning Mix on Informanté Radio.
My favorite show.
We're talking about one person, Maria. One person that you know. But you don't know every therapist.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, I'm not everybody's professional, but I mean...
Exactly.
But
so you stop defending her. We're not talking about her now.
I'm not talking about her also.
I'm talking about my
her.
cousin therapist who tells people stories.
Lend an ear and join us every morning.
All the time.
I listen all day, every day.
Great.
But Maria, I'm also family of yours. Dis is nie familie nie.
Sy het gister vir ons gesê ons is broers.
Hallo.
Hoe sê sy vir ons is nie
Thank you.
familie. Very good.
Yeah.
No, I've said your family zone.
Nee.
We are not family. You are a Kwanyama.
It's my brother.
The Morning Mix.
Start your day with a bang. You are listening to Namibia's best radio station, Informanté Radio.
LifeSave guarantees the growth of an individual's savings over a period of time. With guaranteed 8.5% compound interest rates per year, making your money work for you has never been this easy. SMS LifeSave to 31844. LifeSave, underwritten by Trusco Life.
The views and opinions expressed on the radio program by the guests, advertisers, news bulletins, call-in listeners or chatters are solely the views and opinions of the source who express them. They do not necessarily reflect the opinions and the views of Trusco Group International, the broadcast regulators in Namibia, or that of the Informanté radio station.
This is Informanté Radio, the sound for new.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 9, Monday to Friday.
Look out, look out, look out, look out, look out. Hey. I just want the pages, bend the book out. Hey. Finna hit it once, then I book out. Hey. We just want a meal like a cookout. Look out, look out, look out, look out, look out. Look out, look out, look out, look out, look out. Look out, look out, look out, look out, look out. Yeah, look out. Ain't a little shorty that I took out. My body still smoking like a hooker. She say she love my tea, she call me Booker. And every other song that I put out, you better than me, who that? You telling me I knew that. Disturbing the peace, looter. Man, I finna switch the mood up. Switch it up. Give you a little class like a tutor. All these old moves, man, I knew that. All the bitch boxes from scooter. They don't know the way that I maneuver. If you got a problem, call my shooter. Gotta keep the peace like Buddha. I know that I'ma get on shit, my liwa. I'm not in the building, I'm on the roof now. Boy, representing Otonchupa. All-star nigga, give it super. Look out, look out, look out. Hey. I just want the pages, bend the book out. Hey. Finna hit it once, then I book out. Hey. We just want a meal like a cookout. Look out, look out, look out, look out, look out. Look out, look out, look out, look out, look out. Look out, look out, look out, look out, look out. Yeah, look out. Yeah. I'm an animal, I talk to Ace Ventura. Then my flow, my voice is Jula. Don't trust these niggas, some fishy tuna. And your mom, she want me, she a cougar. Bitty like a Congo, call me Fali Poopa. Jumping for the check, I'm a hooper. Ali, what? Bring it back like a looper. Look out. Looking soda, a little too loca. Your shorty looking nice, boy, I'm finna shoot her. Bring the beef to the streets like a cookout. Nice, don't make it do it for my niggas. Buy a bottle and pour out a little liquor. In the streets, they saluting at a nigga. We salute real niggas and they moving with a nigga. What's up? Look out, look out, look out, look out, look out. Hey. I just want the pages, bend the book out. Hey. Finna hit it once, then I book out. Hey. We just want a meal like a cookout. Look out, look out, look out, look out, look out. Look out, look out, look out, look out, look out. Look out, look out, look out, look out, look out. Yeah, look out. Look out, look out, look out, look out, look out. Ay. I just want the pages, bend the book out. Ay. Finna hit it once, then I book out. Ay. We just want a meal like a coke out. Look out, look out, look out, look out, look out. Look out, look out, look out, look out, look out. Look out, look out, look out, look out, look out. No, yeah, look out. Look.
8:17 on this Wednesday morning. It is D Nice or Mr. DJ featuring Marvin Southgate, LaShawn El Shaddai, and Lowski. Good morning. Welcome to the morning mix on Informanté Radio. As you can see, my two very badly behaved children are also in the studio. Keita.
Oh. Take it, Toppy. This is why you are embarrassing your daughter.
Morning, guys.
Goeiemorgen, julle. How are you guys this morning?
It's
a
good day today.
Okay.
No, I think today is one of those days where I don't even know if I put underarm.
Or like deodorant. Where you just
I thought
you can't just say under and then pause.
Yeah.
No, Maria. You're like, what?
Because I was hoping that she was because we really wanted to get into the discussion. I really forgot to put on underwear. So I really
underarm deodorant. Yeah. I'm not even sure. It's one of those days. It's just fuzzy.
Speaking of what you know is worn or not worn today, Neville, what's with this outfit? Huh?
Listen,
Jojo.
I have a job interview now at 10 o'clock.
Vaso.
I'm done with this company and you people. I'm gonna go start my own show.
Yeah. We're giving you the day off. Say.
You know, it probably doesn't show on camera, but let me explain something. Die broek het strepe.
Pinstripes.
The pants has horizontal and vertical stripes. Like 19 foot sek. Literally.
This is JT respect me. This is
blank skona.
This is what they call a kandara, because this is a suit. Okay? I just don't have the bikie and the undercoat.
That looks like the president's suit. He likes wearing those pinstripes.
No, Pohamba, no Hage is for fashion forward. That is Pohamba's suit.
So Kandara used to wear the suits, okay? It's onze tydse suits geweest, okay? No. What really happened this morning was like, mevrouw, and she was antoning me now the whole week. She said, luister my man, you have clothes that hangs there in your closet.
Wat jy nie aantrek nie.
Jy dra nie die goed nie.
Met grisokkies.
Jy's met jeans en wat se sokkies moet ek aantrek ook al. So, jy's met jeans en tekkies elke dag. Kan jy net just
met so 'n denim blou. Hemp.
Yeah. Ons is
my eyes
Come if you guys are wearing bloomers, you are coupling out today.
Today we are not coupling. If you were trying to couple with me, you would have been more summerish. Yeah, dis Anna, dis nempos empty.
Ek kan plakkies gaan aantrek.
Jy broek moet gaan.
Maria said die broek is te los.
Is te los.
Hy moet 'n bietjie stywer sit.
Yeah.
I remember when I used to obviously every weekend you have events that you're hosting, and you know Joe, the tailor.
Yeah.
And I used to buy suits. Every month I would buy a suit from Joe. The prices were like this, and this is one of the suits.
Oof, fire Joe.
And it's no. Come on, Maria. This was like 2007, 2006.
More like 1999.
Yeah. Buy that.
But can't you get it retailored, like just to suit you, to fit your body?
Because
like
I'm moving in.
Tight fit.
I am moving in an age where I will not wear suits again.
Okay, ek verstaan.
So I will never be a hage because I will never run for president. I never need to tailor anything from here going forward. Ek wil net
your jeans and your all-stars aantrek.
Los net saliver.
Ernstig, lyk soos Pohamba.
Yeah.
It's like Donald Trump is the only person I see still wearing those big clothes that don't fit him properly. So
Give me your phone so we can go on. My phone is charging. You see, that's what I'm saying. I'm so disorientated. I didn't even charge my phone last night.
Ooh, rich auntie, what were you getting up to?
That's my 8.
Ek sit hom gou-gou op ander dinges. So, yeah, môre everybody.
All right, good morning, guys. Let's quickly do a COVID-19 update. There's so much that was happening in the news over the past 24 hours that we're probably going to have to touch on. Yesterday, we only reported 19 new cases. The infection rate is really dropping. I think on Monday, we reported about 28 cases. Currently, our active caseload is actually below 2,000, which means it's even dropping the amount of active cases, COVID-19 cases around the country. 1,937. Yesterday, we were over 2,000, just a little over 2,000. We've got 9,611 recoveries, no new deaths, and the total caseload is 11,673 Namibians, or at least people in Namibia, who have contracted the virus since the outbreak in March. Is jy al kan maar so moeg vir COVID?
Crickets.
Ek is moeg vir COVID-19.
Indeed. All right, let's say good morning to our extended family members. It's great to have you guys with us in studio once again. Tarek Mustafa. Hi, boss.
Tarek, waar was jy gister, Ukaji?
Wat het ons ook al gister oor gepraat? Good morning. How are you doing, guys? We are doing good. From Edgar Josephson and Nyemba, also another regular bro. Q, what kind? Yes, black kind. I don't know. I just made that up. Good morning, Benito.
White kind. Black kind. Yeah, look at.
Almost asked who is the white lady with the blonde hair. That is Rich Andy. Rich Andy.
Live and direct.
Roviera, morning. It's a Neville Bason. Viera Anna interview CJ. Op demand.
Yeah.
Is Cristiano Ronaldo my bro? Ek het julle gesê.
Shortlisted. Shortlist.
Bradley K. Bokovic, môre die oom is weer vandag uitgeskryk.
Respect.
Daar's weer 'n groot meeting vandag.
Respect.
Moet jy weer vir QVR 'n presentation gaan gee?
I wish.
Like, Neville, jy kom nie weer met my met jou tekkies en jou jeans dan.
Nee. He would be the last one to say that.
Ja, vir hom is as jy met plekkies gaan as julle ons een.
Yeah.
Hulle saam.
He would, if I actually go upstairs now after the show and Quentin sees me in this outfit, it's like, "Here broer, nou wat gaan nou aan?"
Verloor ons jou.
Is jy okay?
Kan jy divorce court?
The only thing somebody did tell me though is if you want to irk him, sit jou aan in die broeksak as jy met hom staan en praat met QVR.
Iemand sê jy let op die kerk te gaan.
It's like, hey, ek staan en praat met my aan in die broeksak en jy nie.
But I think that goes for anybody. You know what? If somebody speaks to wat lag jy?
Siri, is it Queenie Ndlovu? I say I need some natural air condition of Namibia.
Hey,
you saw that interview?
We need to get there. I was about to. We need to speak about that. But anyway, that's not Quentin. Yeah. No, what I wanted to say is, yeah. Virginia, as a mens, amper 50 is nie. This happened to me yesterday, guys. I'm telling you, this age, ne, is a difficult age.
Don't scare us, please. We are not.
I'm telling you.
It's midlife crisis, yeah.
Let me explain to you. Ek sit gister met hom Chris daarbo. So I'm like, wie hom Chris? Ek was nou onlangs was ek solitaire toe. You remember that weekend? But there's something specific I wanted to tell him about the trip. So Chris starts looking at me like, yeah. I completely forgot the context into what I want. So,
man, are you sure you've never done drugs? This forgetfulness.
But then I remembered what I wanted to speak to him about. But it took me a while. Yeah. Because he's now waiting. Yeah, and two.
Yeah.
So, yeah, some kubes. Yeah. Because I wanted to ask you something about some kubes, about the mountain and everything. But I'm telling you, it's one thing that goes. You become forgetful.
Yeah?
Jy kan vir my so kyk soos jy daar so kyk.
No, I was just
Jou
thinking,
dag sal kom.
it kind of makes sense now why younger women go for the old ones. Because they're senile. So, like, they can't remember when they've given you the bank card.
It's true. It's very true. I forget money and mevrouw would say, woo. Can you know last month, when this was in the house, that was in the house, this was in the house, that was in the house, you didn't even ask me where I got the money from. I'm like, oh yeah, where is it? Nee, dat was jou geld. You had so much money in your pocket, you completely forgot to take it out of your pocket, and I bought this and I bought that, and jy het ook die kaart You didn't even ask me where's that other card. Do you know that I've been using that? I'm like, Mukuru, ek soek reeds geld. En jy gebruik geld hierson. Massa is toe terugstuur. Sy sal kom as daar toe teruggaan.
Right, okay, so guys, talk about this air conditioning that you're talking. What's the air conditioning?
Okay. You didn't watch the interview?
Okay, first and foremost, you people out there must have respect for authority. Ne? Ja, en wat lag jy? Ek praat nie saam met jou.
Geen context.
Let me give you context.
Some guys haven't
The
seen
ambassador of Namibia in Brazil, Samuel Nuyoma, had an interview with a Brazilian network. Just asking, like, why, Namibia, why is it a tourist destination? What's appealing about Namibia? And so forth. You should see how he presented
our country.
We have natural air conditioning there.
You know what?
Sometimes when you look at the animals in Etosha, you can even hear them speaking.
The animals are talking in Etosha. Yeah.
And so it's like it's the only country with safari.
With the game drive. It's the only country in Africa with a safari.
So the lady is like, Namibia is the only country that offers safari. I am specifically talking about Namibia. Yes. We have safari, like you go to Etosha, you look at the animals, you can even, if you look at them closely, you can even hear them speaking.
Now,
wait, was he being sort of?
No, he's being like dead serious.
It's a formal interview to sell your country to a global platform out there.
Yeah.
Okay? Because normally what we do here at Trasco, if there is a request from a media house from the outside on this, on that, or this, or that topic, you engage the person and say, okay, what kind of questions do you want to ask? Okay? Because I really need to give proper answers here.
He looked very uncomfortable.
So, and one thing about Tate Nioma, I've known him for a very long time. There was a time when he was the governor of, what is Ochivarongo? Is it Ochodonjupa?
Yeah.
There was a time when he was governor of the Ochodonjupa region. And this natural aircon thing, he would talk about all the time because he's actually from Swakopmund.
Who?
Tate Nioma.
Really?
Yeah. So I would be with him in Ochivarongo. Bason, I'm telling you, it is difficult being here in Ochivarongo. Because I'm from Swakopmund. There's natural air conditioner there in Swakopmund. So the thing is, he took that narrative to Brazil. You understand? And thought he can pull that off in Brazil. My daughter, Maria, we drove from tennis practice yesterday afternoon. So I put this interview on speaker while I was driving. I'm not lying to you. My daughter is 11 years old. She listened to this interview. Daddy. No, wie is die uncle wat hier so praat? No, I think really they could have done it.
There's a place called
Spitskoppe.
in Namibia.
Yeah.
The stars are so beautiful. They're shining, and you see the moon, and you don't know if the moon is going under the sea or under the ground or something. As I see that be Spitskoppe.
Look, maybe
You are the most useless PRO.
No, listen.
You are the most useless PRO.
Listen. You didn't let me finish.
What?
This was a smart marketing strategy to get the people of this world to come experience Namibia's natural air conditioning.
If our animals can talk.
And come hear our talking animals. Did he say what language they speak?
It's very clear.
And then they asked him, Brazil we buy our fish from Spain. And we realized that those fish actually is coming from Namibia. Yes, the first time I came here, I saw the fish from Brazil. And people would pay so much money for it from Spain, but I could tell it's our fish because I can identify our fish. It's especially the hake.
The hake.
He can look at the hake.
And
he
see,
knows
this one is from Namibia.
Yes. This hake.
This hake is from Namibia.
It's from Namibia.
But how does that serve our country, though?
I don't know.
I don't know. And so they're asking, and then they asked, why should people, it was a straightforward question. Why should Brazilians invest in Namibia? Yeah, because, Brazilian, you want to keep your eggs in one basket. But it's not good. You must take some of the eggs and put it into other basket. Like, what are you talking about, my guy? Like, just explain why Namibia is a good investment opportunity or market.
Yes. I swear.
That's all.
I swear our president was looking at that interview yesterday. It's a hello, Marty. It's a Monica. It's a green man. Karen Alfredo. You must write a statement and you must send it to Sao Paulo now. Yeah. Leave this media here who's giving us problems here. Write a statement to Brazil.
Anyway. It was embarrassing.
Interesting. I can't wait to see the interview myself.
I'll send it on the group.
Never,
yeah.
Guys, I have to say,
I'll share the link with you guys. Yeah.
On a rather somber note, I don't know if you guys followed the developing story in Swakopmund Walfish Bay of the remains of this girl. That was found
in a shallow grave.
It seems it could be.
No,
remains.
I think. We're waiting for forensics to obviously give the final, because they have to do DNA analysis and testing. But it's the police has said what she was wearing. The last picture she took was what she was wearing is what they found on the decomposed body that was found in a shallow grave. So it seems it's almost they're convinced it's her. And I think it's just unfortunate because there was a nationwide search for her. I'm talking about this Shannon's it was a hashtag bring Shannon back. People had it on their Twitter accounts, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook. It was constant. Bring Shannon back. People just didn't want it to go away or for it to be forgotten because she was missing. So, for the news to come in yesterday that a body believed to be that of Shannon was found, it's just a tragic end to, I think, for people that had remained hopeful.
Yes.
I think for them, I was just hoping that maybe she's a runaway.
Yeah.
Maybe had some issues at home.
Yeah.
You just kind of hope she's a runaway and she's getting away to keep safe, or there's something that she doesn't want. Like she doesn't want to return home, or she doesn't want to be found for whatever reason, and that kind of kept most of us going. We remained hopeful, and I think yesterday was it was a hard pill to swallow.
Good awakening.
Yeah, the realization that she's possibly dead.
When I saw the T-shirt and the pants in that shallow grave as they were laying it out, there, there's obviously another picture of a selfie that she took. That it seems like the top selfie, the top and the jeans or the shorts
and the bandana
looks very, very, very similar to what they found. Oh yeah, and Maria, I see in the article that the police got an anonymous tip, or phone call or text message.
Yeah, text message.
Okay, whoever that person is who texted, That person needs to be traced. How does he connect? I don't know.
It's either an accomplice or it's the murderer themselves.
Yeah.
Because
this
they
is how I
told
feel.
the police the exact spot.
The
where to
exact
find
spot?
The exact spot.
It could have been a witness also.
That's what I'm saying, an accomplice. If you're
No,
a witness
is not an accomplice. It's two different things.
if you don't report it immediately, if you don't report a murder, you're an accomplice to that murder.
Yeah. Or, you know what? If
somebody's
stumble...
murdered in front of you, or you murdered there and they're buried and you're part of it, and you don't immediately
No, I'm not
report
part of it. Like, I happened to be in the vicinity and I saw something happening. I wasn't exactly sure what was happening until I started piecing it together later. And next thing, man, those guys, they were actually burying somebody there. And now that I think about it, they were, like, it was around the time that, I almost said Avihe, that Shannon went missing. So there could be many possibilities to immediately jump to the conclusion that it is. I mean, it could also be the perpetrator or an accomplice, like you say.
It's something else if somebody had a walk through the desert. Or you stumbled upon this remains. Then you wouldn't send an SMS.
Anonymously.
You would call. Hello.
Yes.
Is this 911 or 10111? Ek sta nou hier. Ek's hier net agter Narrewil. I see something like this. Kan julle kom?
Also, can I just add, it's very unlikely that you would witness people probably at night doing some burying and not go report it, especially if it's just an innocent bystander.
And in our not in our suburbs. What do they call them? Suburbs, okay? Downtown.
Yeah.
It's people will witness those things and they will walk by like it's nothing.
Yeah, but that's a problem because what
true.
if you go but that's how a lot. I think there was a story. Is it earlier this year or last year where a woman? That's how she was arrested. She was burying a baby. It was baby dumping, and somebody just from a distance saw it and immediately alerted the police. I don't know what I'm seeing.
Yeah,
but there's something is being buried in the dunes, and from what I know, when something is being buried in the dunes, it's not a good thing.
Yeah,
and then they went to go find, and that's it. That's all you have to do as a responsible citizen. But the fact that this person for me, I think it's very telling that it's being done anonymously. Like, what are you hiding? What is the fear?
So that's
if you're an innocent bystander, or
there are of course a lot of questions to be answered here.
Yeah.
I mean, firstly, how did you know?
Yeah.
How did you? I mean,
why did you keep this information to yourself for so long?
Forget why you kept. Like, I could have been told by somebody recently, but in any case, you knew almost exactly where the police were supposed to go dig in order to find the remains.
Exactly.
So this is somebody who had first-hand knowledge of
the crime,
what transpired, whether they were involved or were witnesses from a distance. I mean,
and this person, by the way, didn't tell the police
insane.
like it's just a boy. They specifically told the police it's Shannon's body.
Yeah. You see, some of those details now start to make it a bit more suspicious.
Yeah.
If anything, yeah.
But so my thing is, did you develop a conscience eventually? Was this what? You don't think so?
No. Ek dink nee. I was actually thinking about it last night. Is it a conscience or is it ego? Because sometimes what these guys do, people who, and I wouldn't say that this guy is a serial killer. That's not what I'm saying. Because obviously,
just a killer.
Yeah. The trend of a serial killer is that they become so brazen after a while that they start leaving little clues to the police. You can't catch me.
And start playing that cat and mouse game.
You can't catch me. Play a little cat and mouse game. So I hope this fool, I sincerely hope it is him. If I had it my way, that he became so brazen and so lax. Ek kry nie aandag nie. Because it's now since April.
The body should have been found. Why didn't anybody find the body?
So I sincerely hope that the police can really lead on to this. This is a good lead. And we can really discover what happens. Now it brings me back to Magdalena Stoffels here in Kommersdal. It's years. Avihe 2 years ago. Was it a year or 2 years ago? It's Avihe. These murders just remain unsolved. It's sad.
It's definitely... it's the worst conclusion to any type of missing report. I think when I'm getting chills just thinking about it. every time there's a missing report, whether it's a woman or a child, especially women and children, you always hope that they're found alive, preferably. And that kind of helps, just, okay, they were missing. Sometimes it's runaways, sometimes it's kidnapping, sometimes it's some situation. But generally, for the most part, when they're found alive, you kind of just take a sigh of relief, like, okay, thank goodness they're safe. They might have been scarred, or they might have traumas, or they might have to go for counseling, whatever they've dealt with, but at least they're alive, and as long as they're alive, we can deal with this. But a murder, I think, so brutal. I mean, I don't know how she died. We still obviously have to get those answers, but it's still a murder. Like, there's nothing pleasant about it. It's the absolute worst thing to, from April, 7 months later, that is the worst conclusion to this search that everybody was so invested in, and everybody was so invested in finding Shannon. So, I mean, we're still waiting for forensic to conclude. I think it's fair to say it's her, but let us wait on forensic to give us that final certainty. Confirmation. Yes. I mean, I think the family, there's always that hope. You can see it's possibly her, but there's always a hope. There's always hope, But even if it's not her, it's somebody.
Dis die probleem wat ek wou gesê het, Maria. As dit nie sy is nie, is iemand anders se kind.
Yeah. It's the point is somebody died.
Yeah.
And strength to
the family.
To the family and loved ones and everybody that has to deal with it.
And Vosia Alana Greenwood, she's our live witness there in Walfish Bay. She says the mother threatened to kill herself, and somehow this struck a chord with the person, which makes it fishy. Why would a mother's statement bother the person to an extent that they came out? Allegedly.
Yeah.
I mean, there's clumpy stories wat rondgaan. So,
of course.
Yeah, ons weet nie.
That's why I said she's a live witness, not an eyewitness. Ro Vieira, MTC should be able to pull records on that specific number that sent the text and trace whoever they were in contact with. Unless the person only used that number for the text.
Yeah. It's easier said than done. Now you can buy a SIM card on the streets. It shouldn't be, but they are still available on the streets.
But I think if
they can trace where it was sent, location-wise.
Yes.
But I think that's it.
We can also trace where the number was pinging, basically, where not just where you were when you sent the message, but where you were moving around.
Well, unless you put in that SIM card, you send it, you remove the SIM card, because once you remove the SIM card from the phone,
then you can't track it anymore. Anyway, Neville speaks very highly of our investigative department. Let's hope that they pull through and they give us some solid answers on this one. Asino Kambikiti, maybe one day while drinking, someone dropped the bombshell and someone who was listening went there to make sure before he or she notified the police. It's my theory.
There's a lot of theories. I think
there are a lot of possibilities here.
There's a lot of possibilities. I think in the absence of actual information on what happened, and until I think the person that sent the SMS is at least traced or tracked, we'll all have theories on who this person is, how they're involved, how they got to know about the information, about the exact location. I mean, there are really, like you say, so many possible.
Yeah, there's so many possibilities.
So many possibilities on how they were aware. Maybe they were not even directly involved. Who knows? It's.
Mense.
Yes.
Let's.
But it's a somber day.
Let's take care of our children. Let's keep connecting with our children emotionally. You don't want a situation where your child goes and look for refuge or look for emotional support, with the wrong people. Get into contact.
I don't think that's what happened here.
No. I'm just saying.
Okay. I think let's just make it clear that you're not talking about this specific.
I'm not talking about
it's a general
this.
Statement,
I'm really
I think she went to the neighbor's house or to a friend's house.
Yeah.
And she didn't come back home.
Yeah.
So it's and I mean at that age, at 22, what are you saying? Muni by the neighbors. You don't go to friends. You can't have a boyfriend. No, of course not. I mean, it's normal at 22 to have a boyfriend. It's normal to go to your friends' places.
No, you're right.
It's you never. That's the worst thing. I think the worst thing for me is the realization that it could have happened to anybody.
Oh man!
It could have happened to if you have a child, it could have happened to you. there's almost no way that this could have been prevented.
Yeah.
And so I hope the family is not blaming themselves.
Yeah, I hope so.
Because it's just the sick society we live in, unfortunately. It's just a sick society.
Okay, Manuel is bringing something interesting into the conversation here. I was actually thinking this. How do we expect people to come out and give tips when those who do it anonymously are being demanded to be traced? That's why there is anonymity to protect people. To assume that the person that gave the anonymous tip was ipso facto an accomplice is misconstrued. There was a reward up for grabs. If the person is so sinister, I'm sure they would have done all that without anonymity so as to claim the reward. I'm not saying the person who gave the anonymous tip is not an accomplice, but what I'm saying is let's not jump the gun, because this might discourage others in future to give tips. It's a valid point.
It's a valid point, but there's also another element, is that there still needs to be explanation of what their link is to this murder.
Yeah.
It's anonymous, but it could be the murderer. And that's why I think the police is trying to trace down this anonymous person, is because you could be the murderer.
But like that's what I was saying. Like, I mean, obviously, they have found the crime scene, or at least part of the crime scene. You don't know
remains,
You don't know if she was murdered there, or if she was murdered somewhere else and then carried over there. But I'm sure there should be enough evidence at the burial site for them to start the investigation anew, or to continue the investigation. I do understand though that you might discourage people. Like, for instance, like the example I was giving earlier. For if this person was, for instance, just somebody who just happened to witness the crime or happened to stumble upon the information in one way or the other, and they decide to give the tip anonymously, and obviously, I also understand the urge to want to find out how you came about this information, but I think that should be, I guess, the job of the police.
Yeah, but I think anybody who gives information like this anonymously, you also need to know that there should be a witness protection program that our country has, where you can safely go and engage the police and say, you know what, the reason why I sent the text message is because of this and because of that, and give context as to what you know.
I think let's make a distinction between anonymous and confidential.
Yeah,
you can be a you can be a confidential source, like. You come, that means you declare yourself to the police. I am Maria Ileka, what, but I don't want, I'm giving this information in confidence, meaning it's not for public consumption. So even when the police gives it, they're not going to say a woman gave us, this is a responsible member of the public has given us this information. We are withholding their identity for their own protection. And this has happened in lots of cases. And that's fine. The police still has to protect the identity of people that give information in confidence. Anonymous, it's like, that's all lost me. But nowadays,
I don't want to be betrokken raak in julle se goed.
But
I have information that could be useful to you.
But yes, useful where the body is. But the question is now, how did you might help us identify who the murderer is. Maybe, like somebody said, an example, they were drinking and this information was shared or dropped the bombshell. But now you know. Why wouldn't you want that person to be held accountable for that murder, even if it's not you?
Different strokes, different folks. Maybe it's the person's brother.
If it's your brother, so be it.
Nah, I'm just saying. It's a difficult situation. I also feel like it probably would have served the public and even probably the police a bit better if, the person was willing to just
come forward.
Yes, come forward, even if you do it confidentially, without the public actually getting wind of the fact that you are the one who leaked the information or who gave the information to the police.
I think the public, you know what, if you are not the perpetrator or an accomplice, and it's found that you're not either one of the two, I think the public in general would commend you for doing, for coming forward to give information like that.
Yeah, but we're assuming that the person is afraid of public scrutiny. This could be a personal conflict. Like I was saying, it could be somebody close. Like, for instance, my conscience bugs me because I know Neville J dit en dit aangejag. Maar ek wil jou ook nie klein nie. So I just tip off the police van nee, nie Neville, maar daar's die en die wat waar is. You guys take the investigation forward. Ek wil nie betrokke raak met
I do understand what you say, because I remember there was a serial killer in America, I just forgot his name now, that his behavior around his wife made her think that this guy could be the killer. And she gave an anonymous tip to the police, look for a Volkswagen Beetle, and this and that, and these. Man, hoe kan ek die man se naam tog nou vergeet? He was
Ted Bundy?
Ted Bundy.
Yeah, Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy. Yes, Ted Bundy. And it was his wife who gave him up.
Is it?
Yeah, she gave him up. And she told him that while he was in jail, agter die glas, and she told him, you know what?
I called the cops.
I was the one who gave the tip.
And he
You
would have
gave
killed
the
more
cops.
people.
Yeah, he would have killed more
So
people.
I want to read. Joshua Hadula says, people are required to provide their full name, identity card numbers, or other ID, residential and business addresses when purchasing a SIM card. It's about time CRAN really places strict policy on telecommunications providers. It's very correct. They did actually introduce this policy where now you need to provide those information before you can get a SIM card. But unfortunately, we did do a test run where we found that you can still find it.
Yes, of course. Like I was just about to say, since the law came in, that came into effect, I've bought a couple of SIM cards without an ID.
My son, my daughter, they've bought a couple of.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can still find them. Unfortunately, without that registration process, and they need to get serious about it. I agree that they should put strict policies, because that's where the side chicks bell the fro and say, "Your man is busy." you can't trace. But it's important that all numbers be associated to an identity, so that it's like a gun license now.
Yes,
should be able to be able to pinpoint who it belongs to.
Whose number is this?
Yes,
But I think the problem also comes to, and I think MTC needs to streamline their business and to take a little bit more accountability when it comes to this, because you have hawkers out there at Kuka shops, where you can just go
selling,
that sells them. Now, of course, if you go to a hawker is not going to ask you for an ID.
He doesn't even have a paper for you.
He doesn't have a paper or whatever,
details down.
or a copy machine to take your information,
But
etc.
can they not go back to a system and block certain numbers that are not registered? Because, for example, I had a 081 number before that after I had not used it for a period, I think, of 6 months, it was blocked.
Yeah, they used to do that.
Yeah, so if I wanted that number, I would have to go in
With the
and with an ID and reclaim it. So they should start putting a block on all numbers that are not in use, so that whoever now buys them, so even if you buy that SIM card from a street vendor, it's useless. You would have to actually go into MTC to activate it with an ID.
Oh, so like a system where you can buy a SIM card anyway,
but it won't work.
For it to be operational, you have to
go and
register.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
8 lakh.
That's eindelijk smart.
Yeah.
But then, it makes it a bit more cumbersome to get a number. But then I guess if it's for the good of us all at the end of the day.
Yeah. And I mean, the idea of getting a number is so that it's yours, and so it's not. I mean, it's easy to use numbers in criminal activities and stuff like that, and that's why all numbers have to be registered to somebody. They have to they need to be with your ID and your identity.
Yeah,
but it's a developing story. It's a developing story. I said the sad part is if it's not Shannon, it's somebody else. So that whichever way, you are between a rock and a hard place. There's no nice conclusion out of this. So
ek wil net vir jou een ding sê, Maria Ileka.
Yeah.
I think you ruined my emotions for the rest of my life.
Why?
We're sitting here in the studio with you for the last 2 years, I tell you. I think what I've learned, with the Me Too movement that you've been in for, and obviously we've known each other for a very long time, but I didn't know, the activism work that you've done for such a long time. And knowing that you now work directly with victims of sexual abuse or GBV, etc., etc. And some of the accounts of stuff that you've shared with us over the years. My bro, ek kyk gister aan 'n movie and it was a strange feeling. For some reason toe dink ek sommer aan jou. It's an old Ice Cube movie of 1997 that I watched. And there's this rape scene in it.
Oh my goodness.
And I'll be very honest with you, if we didn't have this close relationship, stuff that you share about victims, etc., I would have been able to watch the movie last night like, Ice Cube, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But now you can also relate to the other person.
Okay, gister aan die movie and the door closes and you don't see the scene, but you can hear this woman scream, on the other side of the door. And ek skakel oor na CNN tonight. So I'm waiting for the rape scene
to be done.
To be done. And obviously then I switch back and I watch the movie further. And it's so important for us as men to fully understand the gravity of, I swear, some guys, even at the time when Mike Tyson was accused of rape, I was defending him because it's the heavyweight champion of the world. What is the story? You understand? And to a certain degree, I'm like, man, where's that vrou, that Desiree Washington, who accused Mike Tyson of rape? So, you learn every day. You learn some new stuff. So I'm just telling you, you ruined me for life.
Oh, it's good to be ruined. I mean, it is the reality. Sorry, while you're on it, can I just tell you the most, like one of those stories that work? No, please let me. Let me, please.
The show is emotional enough.
I know, but let me, because I need you to see the severity.
No, we can talk of air.
No, actually, it's more for the audience than for you guys. But there's this, I think, you didn't know it, but I think, for me it's not difficult to know what type of night I've had. Because it just, you know what I mean? I forgot to put on roll-on. Hello. This is how
she forgot to put on.
How psychological this stuff
forgot
is.
to put on.
No, really, because this happened last night, and it the advocacy is nice. There's a purpose for it, but I'm not gonna pretend it doesn't have an emotional toll on me. It does. Okay, yes, it does. Heavy one. So, but let me tell you about this. I told you about this girl. She jogs. She's a runner. And this is somebody that's already gone through, has experienced sexual violence in her past. With her family, and then she ran away. She lived on the streets for a while. So she was and then she found running helped her heal.
Yeah.
So she would just, to clear her mind, if she was getting triggers, whether it was to commit suicide or having those flashbacks of the molestation and the rape that she went through, she would just take running, because that's how she was able to become better, to deal with it, to process it. So she found passion in running, so she would jog and she would run. And she parked her car at Marua Lifestyle, and she wanted to jog, and she left her phone in the car because she doesn't want to be a target, right? So she's running up near the State House, she's jogging, and two guys in the bush find her, grab her, and the first thing they say to her is like, clear your phone. And she's like, I don't have money on me. I don't have a phone on me. It's two guys. And they were like, now we're going to teach you a lesson for being greedy. And they took turns raping her. Two guys raping her because she didn't have a phone. Imagine trying to protect yourself.
Yeah.
And then it backfiring in that way. She can't run. Like now running, the one thing that could help her cope has also been now tainted and ruined. And that girl is still today, we have to deal with her like suicide bouts. Sometimes she'll call at 2:12, because she knows she has access to me. So I'm like, I have to leave my house at 12 o'clock to go pick her up and take her to the Center for Mental Health issues, and then get her admitted just so that she doesn't do anything like kill herself. But these are the stuff you deal with on a day-to-day. And sometimes I think people don't realize the effects. It's easy to just rape and go, but do you know how much trauma you actually leave victims with? It's crazy. I just wanted to send the link for you guys, but continue. I wanted to send the link for that video.
Continue. So that I wanted us to talk about this when we discussed the video of the Mozambican guy in the jacuzzi. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
What is that?
Munilachi is glad is nice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so when we're talking about this sexual violence and stuff, I wanted us to go there because there was some interesting stuff about the numbers. So now I don't want us to go back and then come back to this again.
Yeah.
Maar anyway, jy het mos besluit you want to run your mouths you too.
Okay.
So is maar so.
Sorry toch.
Kom ons lees maar comments
Ja,
hier.
lees die comments.
Estomi Schmesta, men camp are needed. I told you men gatherings are important to teach men to deal with their crazy urges. Most men are suffering in silence and help shouldn't be expensive. Therapy for men's mental health. Yeah. I really think from Boschia this is, I really think a change in men's mindset will change the whole world around. Good morning, crew. From my classroom, says Danki Kau says. Oh, are you teaching? Are you watching the show with your students?
Teach up.
Sorry, I just posted it as Informanté. I should have been. I thought I changed my. Why is it under Informanté? Anyway, the link is.
Oh, ek sien is so funny phone. You posted it.
Okay, I posted it as Informanté. So sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
I wanted to post it as myself.
Maria.
But yes, it's there now. For that interview with Samuel that you guys requested.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, all right. Let's continue. Sorry, I just.
That's Otto. It's a comment. Okay, Otto Archie Hansen. If men get empowerment. What? Okay, against crime, that word. If men get that word against crime and family planning, it will change a lot. To have family planning, it works against poverty. Men must work together and they find ways to end this hell that women are going through. And then there's also a reply to that comment. Some of these things are not really in line with lack of understanding, because if you look carefully, people who are doing these things are people who really know the impact of their actions, basically. I think punishment or exactly laws are not that strong for everyone to even fear doing such things, because they know how water can be hot if you get caught up. So laws amended can solve this. Okay. That I need therapy from just reading those.
Jy kan nie Engels lees nie.
Nee, hulle kan nie Engels skryf nie.
Is there
Ronnie
not
joke
a
and drie
translation?
Huh?
Does that thing not have a Herero translation?
I'm working on the Herero dictionary, Yeah, it's going to be finished very soon.
But I wanted to ask, it's a relevant point because you guys, I think most of the solutions are with men, right? Really. Whether it's SGBV or any violence, the solutions are with men. Because
with the perpetrators.
No, with men.
With perpetrators are most the men.
Yes, exactly. So
yes,
exactly. Yeah.
It's like how we say the solution to racism is with white people.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
So what will it take? Is what
important point you say.
Yeah. Yeah. Even feminists, we can advocate all we want and we can make noise and burn down buildings if that's what it is, but it's not going to change as long as the mindsets don't change. Only men can change that mindset for themselves. So the question is, and I still want to ask so I can understand a little bit, what will it take for women not to be killed, and women and children really to be killed and raped?
For instance, Maria, I would jog like 5 o'clock in the morning when I wake up at this air conditioner, and I would start
natural
air conditioner, and I would jog 5 o'clock in the morning, and as I jog, I would see this woman. This silhouette of a woman in the dark. Because obviously we're in an estate. It's supposed to be safe.
Yeah.
But I can see her, as she sees me.
She says skrik.
Says skrik, and then she moves to this side of the road.
Yeah.
And we jog, and I try so hard, the closer I get to her, to look as non-threatening as possible.
Yeah.
Goeiemorgen. And you can see the response is completely surprised, like, what? Good morning. Like, I didn't expect you to be nice to me. I didn't expect you to just be cordial to me. I expect you to do something to me.
Yeah.
So as a man jogging there, who does not think of this, even the idea of, I'm going to get up 5 o'clock in the morning. If I'm going to see a woman, in this road, I want to do this to her, I want to do that to her. But then there are other men who do that.
Yeah.
Who do actually get up 5 o'clock in the morning to say,
let me
see what kind of victim I can get this morning.
And sometimes they don't even think that, it's just opportunistic.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Sometimes it's also a crime of opportunity.
Yeah.
Crime of opportunity.
Some of these guys, he's on his way to work or on his way from work, and then he bumps into somebody and then he does this stuff. And then he just goes on like nothing is wrong.
But the funny thing is, and that's what I try to say, is like men are also afraid of men, because if you're walking, let's say you're jogging alone at, say, 8 o'clock, 8 p.m., and you see a group of guys approaching. Yes, Karakwak. Not that you're thinking rape, but you're definitely thinking assault or robbery.
Yeah.
Like,
so you're so now you have to make a distinction. Moet ek omdraai? Am I gonna face this?
Yeah, like how am I
gonna handle? That's the fear we have when we just see one male. You guys, for you it's a group, but for us just one male. One skrik.
I gotta do that.
What maak?
Hey, I don't know how many experiences or incidents I had in my life. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, you walk from Club Thriller. And I loop you must know dear Dolam. You have to walk through Dolam. Tamrasiva bus stop to get to Grootwinkels. And you see this
group
5 guys. And they had one word or 2 words they said. Stand fast! Now, if they say stand fast, it's bad either way. Because stand fast, they must stand, and they get a kwaai. As you need a kwaai, then they will find something.
Yeah.
Because
even if it's your shoes.
Ons wil net gassies in spat vanan.
Yeah.
Or you can fly.
Surrender. Yeah.
Like you say. And normally I took the latter. Flight. Dodge me, bro.
Like me, bro. You're going to have to catch me.
Hey, touch me, bro.
Yeah.
And it's like you say, guys. It's the issue are with us as men.
Yeah. Because I'm thinking about look at Shannon, right? Shannon is somebody's daughter. So she's also related to men. Either it's her grandfather, her father, her uncles, her brother, her her nephews, her male friends. There's always a connection to men somewhere. So for those immediate relatives, it affects them. Because I think that's how men relate to sexual violence or just violence to women. Is like, as my sister, they are more inflamed when it's somebody they know.
Yeah.
When it's not somebody they know, it's more, was she really raped? You women also like to accuse men.
Yeah.
It's only that narrative only comes in when you don't have any relation to the victim.
Yeah.
But when it's close to home,
there's no reason person would lie.
There's absolutely no justification, absolutely no reason. So I would like men to apply that mindset to every victim. Just see it as your sister, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the only way it seems to come close to home. So is that what needs to change? Do men have to start seeing us as their sisters?
I honestly don't know. I don't know how you're going to get...
malevolent.
At least even the majority of men to switch sort of their mindset like that. It's I don't know.
I'm going to start calling it.
I mean, imagine we are so detached, right? Most men are so detached even from the people who are close to them in their lives, like emotionally.
Yeah.
Now imagine if you want him to be emotional about somebody who's not even a factor in their life. It's a tricky one.
I'm going to start calling it the malevolent syndrome.
Rudolph says men are also being raped. It's no longer a gender thing. Yes, men are also being raped, but not to the same degree as women, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Not to the same rate, not to the same degree. And unfortunately, sometimes also men are being raped by other men. Okay, so the issue is still... So when we talk about rape, we also advocate for male rape victims, but it's so disproportionate so disproportionate that you cannot even make it a male thing right now. It is largely women that are being raped.
Are they all lives mattering you?
Yeah.
All lives mattering.
It's like white people also experience racism. Yes, they do, but not to the same degree that black people are experiencing. So, like, that's why Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's something, as I was driving to the office this morning, there is another thing that I wanted to discuss with you guys, and just ask your opinion on it. We had a big debate last night on how much time do we have?
Now we still have time.
Misbehaving. I need to block.
Huh?
Somebody is misbehaving. Just go get the phone, man. This up and down.
Gaan kry net die foon.
As jy weer opstaan, moenie terugkom nie. Nee, ons sien jou skirt genoeg deur die dag.
Nee, die mense wil die skirt sien.
Just bring her biltong and coffee. Wait.
Now yesterday we had quite a commotion on my prime WhatsApp group. Okay, there are other WhatsApp groups. That's the one. So we started debating the issue of a recent murder that happened in South Africa now. It's a farm murder. I didn't really read the context behind it, but it's obviously a white person that was brutally murdered on a farm. En toe sê die boere, hulle is gatvol.
Dis klaar.
Dis nou genoeg. They are going to start fighting back now. And ek weet jy luister, Maria. So now you have a situation in South Africa where white people basically pulled up now to certain places, I think at the police stations and etc. And start vandalizing the building.
White people are vandalizing buildings.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, this is interesting.
So white people started vandalizing. There's a few videos that I see in this regard. So white people vandalize this building. There are police cars that they are overturning and damaging the police cars, etc., etc. So, and somebody tweeted yesterday that I think in light of what happened with clicks, Tuni Madonsela, who's been quite vocal after the EFF, that she feels like the EFF was basically part of stoking the violence against these branches of cliques. And she was very much against protesting, etc., etc. So somebody called out yesterday and like, okay, Tuni Madonsela, you were very vocal when there were protests against cliques and the violence that went along with what happened at cliques. And obviously you have people who've been extremely vocal about the protests that happened in America about Black Lives Matter. But in the same breath said, you know what, violence is not the way to go about this. Now, yesterday and the day before, we had the same thing happening in South Africa now, where white people are gatvol.
They're the ones who are protesting. And
they are protesting. They're
basically rioting.
Yeah, you understand. So, and I said, you know what, farm murders, again, that's the narrative now. Okay? Let's hear out what their grievances are. Because farm murders do happen in South Africa quite a lot. So, now obviously, now this was now the other element where my own people, don't come and tell us about farm murders. Okay? Because many people are dying. Okay? So, as much as white people do say, it's not just black lives that matter, all lives matter. And we keep on telling white people, and I'm an advocate for that. And I say, whoa. You have no idea what we've went through for 400 years.
I hate that we're doing the struggle Olympics again.
No, it is a struggle Olympics.
No, what I mean is the struggle, it's relevant what white people are saying. Farm murders are predominantly affecting white people, whether it's because most of them are farmers, it's mostly white people that are farmers in South Africa
Yes,
or not.
yeah.
The point is there is something to be said. There is an issue there.
There is an issue there.
White farmers are being killed. Let's just say farmers are being killed. They happen to be white.
Yeah.
The latest one involved a 21-year-old.
Yeah,
Terrible.
yeah.
So they have every right to protest and to advocate and to try and change that narrative, because nobody should be dying in such a brutal and untimely manner.
True.
I just hate it when we start conflating issues and, like I say, playing struggle Olympics. Advocacy can exist in different forms at once.
Yeah.
You can advocate for white farm murders.
Yeah.
And advocate for Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
And advocate for women's rights.
Yeah.
And advocate for black people to get land or whatever.
Yeah.
All these things can happen at the same time. The fact that what we try to do is one up the other is where we go wrong.
I agree with
Is
you.
exactly where we go wrong. So let's discuss the farm murder as a farm murder
Yes.
issue on its own.
Yes.
Black lives as its own. When
No,
we
you're
start
right.
saying, yeah, but
No.
julle maak ook vir
Yeah.
wit mense dood. Of
Yeah.
yeah, but you black people are also. That's where we get it wrong in our advocacy when we play struggle Olympics. So let's just stop. Let us stick to the talking points. If you need support, I think white people should get the support of black people for the farm murders. We should equally be outraged, that people are dying in such a brutal manner.
But we never really do support.
Yeah, we don't. That's what I'm saying. We should be able to hold hands for whatever advocacy when it comes to the lives and dignity of people. So black people should also join the fight against, the lives of white farm, and they should be able to join us on the Black Lives Matter.
And that's I agree with you, Maria. And that's the fight that I had with on the group last night. And I was saying, guys, why do you guys have to bring in? Yeah, but there are also a lot of black people dying on a daily basis.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah.
That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about farm murders now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's a farm murder that happened now.
Unless you're telling me about a black farmer who got murdered on his farm, then you can talk about black
Yes.
people also dying.
Yes.
But if you're talking about farmers, it
We
makes
talk
no
about
point.
farmers.
The whataboutism in advocacy is what irritates me to no end.
Yeah.
It's like now I'm talking about women being raped, and then somebody says,
but
it's
men
not-
are also
being
getting raped.
Yes, men are also getting raped, but to a smaller degree. Why is this?
Yeah.
It is still predominantly a woman and child problem.
Yeah.
But guys, let's
Very, very true. And that's what I'm saying. And then this discussion that I had with some of my white friends last night. You see, and it's not like I wanted to say, Sinjela no. This is how it feels like. When we talk about Black Lives Matter, and you guys keep on telling us all lives matter. This is the narrative that we keep on saying. You know what? If there's a farm murder happening, we need to support you in whatever
and
you
not
are
say,
going through.
but black farmers are also getting killed.
No,
Yes, black farmers are also getting, but it's in a smaller degree than the white farmers.
Exactly.
So let's not do that.
Let's not
It's
do
not a
that.
struggle Olympics. Let's just support each
I
other
agree.
and our causes.
Yeah, but then again, I also in the same breath, and why I wanted to have this discussion or bring this up, in the same breath, I want white people also now, to humbly, look at the situation that happened in South Africa in the last 2 days with the vandalism that's been, where you have white farmers who are the perpetrators of this, and also condemn that, okay? Because you can't condemn the one thing and not condemn the other thing. Because they are the perpetrators in vandalism, burning cars, want hulle is ook nog gatvol, verstaan jy? Want kyk, you couldn't understand when black people were doing it.
Yeah.
Okay? So why are you doing this now? So now we all need to understand the outrage of us all. So let's join hands and see things in the context that it is.
I mean, it's probably wishful thinking, but this sort of segregation it's going to keep us in this loop, like over and over and over again, because there's us and then there's the other guys.
Yeah.
There's not just one group like us as Namibians.
Yeah.
Or us as South Africans, or us as
So hopefully, as we have predicted for the last 50 years, hopefully over 500 years in this country, everybody will look mulatto.
500 years is a key in Guarini.
Net as kom ek sê.
I will be dead. Okay, cause lees 'n paar comments.
Kan ik toch nog mijn phone krijgen, alsjeblieft?
Nee.
Kan jullie toch op met jullie blurry phones? I'm going to send a mail.
Kan ik dit mijn phone
I'm going to send a mail.
Alright.
No more phones in the studio. This nonsense.
Maleki, can you put it?
Okay, I'm going to read comments, guys. Marty Renee Ansel. The latest farm murder was that of a 21-year-old. David Nathaniel Maria, that short dress is provoking. The two tates dress nice as a belief.
Leave us alone.
Put our mics back on.
Nee, julle wil nie luister. Julle kan maar so praat. Scream. Garth Mess is saying, I thought I would check this out. Looks like the same old boring narrative, the victim mentality. Well, I got two things for you, Garth. Firstly, if you do not want to be part of the solution, then you are part of the problem. And secondly, you didn't even have to comment. All you had to do was leave.
Can I say something? Please put my mic on.
Are you going to behave?
Yeah, of course, I always behave. Sorry. What was Garth talking
You
about?
really put off our mics.
Ja, julle wil nie luister nie. Ek raak nou moeg.
Hello.
Moes quit.
Yes. What was Garth talking about?
I don't know. I think we were talking about it's either the sexual violence or I'm not sure. The comment came in a bit earlier.
Can you give us context?
Give us some context before I go off on you.
Lost.
I'm just kidding.
Go off.
No, I actually hope you already left, guys.
Play, let us work.
Braji Gontep,
Let's talk about it.
The root cause of everything is caused by the way we raise our generation. Yes or no? Ephraim Shilongo, the hypothetical question is, what contribute the killings or what caused such crimes? Who is affected by such crimes or problems? What are the solutions to those issues? How to implement such recommendations?
What contributes to the killing of, what causes such crimes? Are you talking about sexual and gender-based violence or
the murders? I mean,
murders?
this comment just came in now, so I'm assuming it's about the murders.
I mean, I think also, can I just add, and this is going to be maybe insensitive, but it is a time to reflect. Unfortunately, it's like most farm murders are also committed by black people. So let us also look within ourselves.
But how's that insensitive? That's just true.
Yeah, I know some people will be like, "Oh, no, it's the truth, guys. It's these crimes are also being committed by our own."
We can decide whether it's for economical reasons or just outright hate.
Yeah.
Okay, and there are two
a little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
So, but still, it doesn't give us the right to go and do what we do.
Not at all.
Manuel Kowandana, thank you, Maria. This polarization of everything should stop, and let's help each other.
Let us
hold
hands, join hands, and
top fan Ro Vieira. I think that's what I'm going to start calling you, since you're always referring to people as top fans here. Problem with us black people is that we think we are the only people who go through bad times or suffer. Right? We must learn to be human and leave the past in the past. We need to learn to remove that racist in us, and the whites should do the same.
Yeah.
Okay, that last sentence is very small.
Come on, you saved it there at the end.
Come on, save it there. Just to save the whole narrative. Nee, man. I will fight that statement.
Please.
Castro Paul, nobody is obligated to reply to another person's greetings, brah. If you see someone greeting or getting robbed or hurt and you can help, just help. Humanity first.
Please
and
read.
Foremost.
Please read Queenie Glovu's text. I think he's South African. It's the last comment.
Queenie.
Oh, Queen. Sorry if I'm butchering your name.
Poignantly, this shows how governments are failing those who they govern. Right? Conflict of interest in the oversight in policy making and effective policing. That is the African. That is actually the world problem. World problem.
Global.
It's magnified in Africa, but it is a global problem.
Yeah, we only see as far as our noses.
Los ons uit, Maria.
Oh, is dat wat ek moet sê? Is ook swart mense wat die mense. Yeah, it's true though. It's us.
Baba Sekno, see, you brought me back down here. Now I have to go look for where I actually was with the comments. Maria best explained, that's where we come to one people, different colors.
Lucky doobe.
Lucky doobs. That's why men being raped should be taken seriously. We can't wait for more to be raped to act. That's Esnomi Shmeshta.
Huh?
I don't. What? Sorry.
She said we can't wait for instance the issue of men also getting raped. We can't wait for it to get worse to actually start thinking, okay, there's a problem here that needs to be addressed.
Okay,
we need to nip it in the bud now.
So more white people must be killed so that white people can understand.
That's not what she's saying, I think.
No. I'm just saying. I'm just making a comparison now.
Yeah.
For white people to understand the plight of black people. I don't know if I do agree with that one.
Brett.
I think she's saying, I think the issue was about men also being victims.
Yeah.
And I think she's responding to that and saying, yes, men are also victims, but let's not wait for more men to get raped before it's an issue. I don't know.
Yes.
I don't really get that part. I think rape is rape anyway.
Yeah, rape is rape.
And it should be addressed whether it's men or women. But I think I kind of understand what she's saying. All right.
The South African government and even Julius Malema and Becky Cele have not since the murder come out to support the family or say anything about farm murders. But if it's the other way around, they always go out and support the family. Recently, Ramaphosa went to the young syndrome kids family in the colored neighborhood in the Western Cape. So I can feel why the boere is hurtful, guys.
Yeah, maar verstaan je, that's how black people feel in America when you have a president like Donald Trump who doesn't do anything.
A divisive president.
A very, very divisive president.
And then Braji Gontep says, Mary, a very true statement you said, but we should remember that hungry man is always an angry man. Does it mean black men are always hungry? I get it, but the solutions, we're a black government, have been for 30 years.
But that is nonsense. There are a lot of hungry people, not all of them are committing crimes. So to say a hungry man is an angry man is nonsense.
But in any event, if we want to address, and there is an inequality issue in this.
It is.
It's in South Africa, Namibia, wherever you want to look, there's a real inequality issue in our country. But if we want to address the inequality issue, we look at our government. And who is our government? It's a black government.
Yes.
That should be representing us and our interests and trying to find that balance for us. So if they're failing us, who else do we blame? Who else do we blame? You go make your vote at the ballot. That's the only place you can actually have a say.
The machines don't work.
The machines are letting us down.
Yeah. There's also even technology is failing us. But I think even it looks almost like, and I'm not just saying our government in Namibia, but like a lot of African governments are almost determined to keep a large part of the population in poverty.
Yeah, in the shackles.
Like some of the, when you look at some of the policies and some of the actions that they are taking, it just seems like, and it's the conversation we're having the other day, Maria. Like this capitalist system, it needs poor people to work. If there are no poor people, it does not work.
Yeah.
And you know what's the absolute worst? That is where they go for votes. Come election time.
Yes.
Here, Bicky Brechen met butter and a wash.
Ignorance.
Yeah.
You have that person's vote.
Yes.
That's it.
That's it. And they're going home to a shack with no electricity, no toilet, deplorable conditions, no community policing in there. So the crime rates there are high.
Very high.
Constantly living in fear. But you know what? Viva. I'm not saying SWAPO, but Viva. So do you see the problems we have? We are in serious trouble. We're in serious trouble.
Okay, because there's a paar more comments before we go.
Dat jy lag so asof jy lekker kry.
Long live the party, long live. Joseph said Nanyemba, Maria, he is responding to you when you said men are getting raped, but not as women and so.
But not as women.
Why he's saying, are you waiting for more men to get raped so you can act?
I don't think you gave me any clarity.
Look. I think there's a little bit of a misunderstanding here, right? The idea was, we're not saying no, ignore men getting raped, but when we are talking about sexual violence against especially women, which is rife in this country, women and children, you can't come through. Yeah, but men also in that conversation. Yes, it's the same thing. Like when we're talking racism, when the white community throws in the farm murders. They're like, this is not the time. We're not saying we are
It's
condoning
not
that.
happening.
Yeah, it is happening, but this is not the time. Let's have this conversation. Let's sort this out, and then we can sort that out.
Yeah, exactly. It's again, I'll say it. It's the whataboutism. Okay, what about us?
Yeah.
You know?
know.
What about us? Oh, women are getting, yes, but what about us? We're also getting raped. Oh, racism. Yeah, but what about us? White people also. Leave that out of advocacy. Like when we're dealing with an issue, let's address it. And it doesn't mean, but I'm saying it doesn't happen, if something doesn't happen at the same rate as it does a certain group or a certain demographic or a certain gender, then there's no reason for you to put. And then I also don't like that. I absolutely hate that word of victim mentality, because when you're confronting and addressing issues, there's no victim mentality. That you're actually addressing an issue. So I hate when people say, oh, black people have a victim mentality or women have a victim mentality. What victim mentality? We're actually telling you that this is happening. It needs to be addressed. There's nothing. We're not being victims. It's not the issue is not our mentalities. The issue is that we want policies right now to address that issue.
Not true.
So anyway.
Wat is geld kom Zula hier so in die comments? Oh, you people nee.
Wie soek nou weer geld?
Iemand soek 50k daar.
Oh, ek het dit gesien. Praji Gontep says, but why don't we hear anything about white men being raped? I mean, it's also happening in their community. It's just, I think our community, our Afrikaner community apparently keep it more under wraps than some other communities. Yeah.
And also, to be honest, even when these stories are in the newspapers, the majority of you black people don't really care. Maybe the headline lees. We won't even really read the story.
The story also won't say a black man. We just say Namibian man. Yeah. So it's for you to assume it's a black person or for you to assume it's a white person. But we don't actually put the racial elements in there.
Of course, as you hoor van der Merwe, hy kan nie 'n wambo wees nie.
Yeah, but we don't put victim names in there.
Oh yeah, that's also true.
Yeah, we don't put victim names.
Asino Kambikiti, our whites are still angry at us. They think we took their land that actually belonged to us. You can't work with an angry person. It's not healthy.
Is that the problem? I don't think that's the problem.
Look, the land issue has been existent on this continent for probably the last 100 years, and it's going to be
400 years.
It's going to be here for the next 100 as well.
Angola 500 years.
So yes, we should start having some of these conversations, but
uncomfortable conversations.
Yeah, we cannot just decide, okay, you guys are angry, we are angry, so play Jane your ban, play in ban. That is not how we build a nation. Yeah. Okay, ek is klaar met comments.
Is jy nou klaar?
Ek is klaar. Ek is soos die boere is ek nou.
Gatvol.
Yes.
Gatvol is actually not the swear word anymore. It's like part of vocabulary.
Apparently, hate speech is now, you cannot say on Facebook, men are trash. Apparently, that is a hate speech. But you can say women are trash. Now, if you understood the context.
Can we say, you can say women are trash, but you can't say men are trash?
Yes, if you say men are trash, your account you're given a warning, your comment is deleted, and you get a warning that if you continue, which is stupid. It's not a hate. It's not a hate speech. If you understand the context of where men are trash, this is not romantic, like you broke my heart, so men are trash. No, we say men are trash because it's your father, your brother, your uncle that is raping and killing women. This is where it comes from. You cannot make a distinction of who is guilty and who isn't. Anybody is capable as long as you're a man. This is where it comes from. And if you understand context, you will understand the advocacy around it. So it's the most silliest thing.
The statement. Yeah. No, the men are trash statement, Maria. Like, the problem is, you're going to deter even a lot of men who want to support your cause because of the men are trash.
Can I say we have allies?
Label.
We have allies.
I know you do.
Yeah. We call, when feminists, men that are in that fight with us, we don't call them feminists. We call them allies, right? But I promise you, if you tell an ally, men are trash, because he understands context, he actually doesn't get offended.
Maria, that's somebody who's already in your camp. You're not trying to win them over.
Yes, because he understands.
He's already in your camp. You're not trying to win them over. That's what I'm saying.
So you just want to be coddled?
No.
I don't.
So men are not trash?
Men are not trash. Women are trash as well.
No,
why are men not trash? Okay, fine. But why are men not trash?
If men are trash, women are trash.
Okay, why are men not trash?
Why are women not trash?
I'm not disputing if you're saying women are trash. I'm asking you a specific question if you can answer it.
Okay.
Don't play the whataboutism. Just tell me, why are men not trash?
Let me tell you, this man is not trash.
I'm not trash.
Your statement,
I'm not trash.
Your statement is all encompassing. This man is not trash.
Okay, and the rest of your brothers and sisters?
Okay, but then so I should exclude myself from being
my
a man
sons are not trash.
The statement encompasses me as well.
Take breathers. Let me give you context of men are trash, right?
You just did.
No, I don't think you understand it. Because if you actually it's like men want to be coddled on this one.
But Maria,
why do you want to be coddled?
It's like saying women are hoes, Maria. They are hoes, but I can't say that because not all women are.
Yes.
You can't say men are trash because not all men are trash.
Are all women bitches?
So the issue. By the way, we've heard that word all our lives. That clowns is in here.
We've also heard trash all our lives.
No, actually, it's a new context. Actually, this one just existed the past 5 years. Men are trash was created 5 years ago, guys. Don't say all your lives.
No, I'm not saying we've heard men are trash, but we've heard the trash label along like our whole lives as well.
But to raise my sons.
You don't think I have a son?
No. All I'm just saying, if you want to refer to your son as trash, that's up to you.
No, if I want to raise my son, I explain the context of why men are trash.
But Maria, you even explained the context to me. Yeah. And I don't agree with that.
You don't agree with what? What do you disagree with?
Okay, you said a few things there, okay? All I'm just saying, what you said, that explanation that you gave.
What do you disagree with?
Maria, what?
Everything.
I disagree with everything.
What specifically?
No. Can you explain that slowly again?
Okay, all right.
So that we can put it into context?
Let me explain.
Okay.
When we say men are trash, right? It's like when you see a man, right? When we say your father, right? Rapist and sexual SGBV, which is sexual and gender-based violence, is committed by fathers, by grandfathers, by uncles, by friends, by husbands, by nephews, you understand? It means there is no specific, men try to create the monster distinction. Like men who do that are monsters, right? But there is no monster face. Look, it's quite literally an ordinary person. It could be an ordinary person like you that is committing that crime. Hence, that's why we generalize it to men are trash. Now,
but Maria, you are the one person that I know in my life that don't like anybody to be generalized. That's, and I'm talking about few situations in life.
Like?
No, you would say, let's not generalize about this. We need to put
like
that
what?
into context. Yeah, Maria, we discuss so many things because...
I don't think so, though. That's why I'm asking an example.
But to come back to what you say. Maria, to basically pull all men, under one umbrella by saying that, and yes, you do talk about our grandfathers, our fathers, our this, our that, etc., etc. From my position where I am, there's no way that I would agree with with a slogan like that.
It hurts your feelings, right?
No, it hurts my feelings. That mark me sear because
but does it act as violence?
Say
because
again?
that's when I've had this discussion.
But you're calling me out of my name for me.
Let me. When I've had this discussion, like. What is it? Say, Nia, it's insensitive that mark me seer because I'm not like that. So I say, right? So actually, when we say men are trash, this is actual effect on women, right? Women are actually dying and being raped. So all men are trash doesn't come as a violence. It doesn't result in violence for you. Me calling you trash, for example, me calling you trash all it does is hurt your feelings. It does nothing else to you.
Maria.
Okay, it doesn't result in you dying and being raped.
Is that what you're out to achieve? To hurt men's feelings?
No, we're just tired of coddling men.
But Maria, it's got nothing to do with cuddling.
What
it's alright, man. Let's step out of the studio. We can continue this off the air. Yeah, I also think so. It's time for us to
No, people would love to hear this debate continue.
No, I'm used to it. There's no single, apart from the allies, there's no single man outside the allyship that likes this title. I get that.
Diamanda is dumb. Those allies of yours.
Yes,
I get that the makela seer, that mak me
No.
But I'm saying we're actually dying.
You're not listening, Maria. You're just pege. Also
what do you
listen.
think you're doing?
Yes.
What do you think you're doing?
No, but you've been talking the whole time. I've been quiet listening to the two of you. I've been trying to get a word in now since.
Get a word in. Cut our mics off.
Look, Maria, even for us men who agree that the things that men are doing are atrocious and some of these things need to be addressed. When you start saying men are trash, even some of those guys who want to be allied to your activism, I was like, why am I going to join a men are trash movement?
So then you're not there for the right reasons. And that's not the allyship we want in any event.
Okay, it's fine. You can keep your allies and you can keep fighting a losing battle.
I just asked you here, quite literally in studio, 15, 20 minutes ago, what is the solution? None of you had a solution.
Maria.
But this is also not the solution.
How do you know that?
Because it's not working.
It's not
What
working.
do you mean?
Maria.
How do you know?
No,
What is the solution?
just
Give
come
me a
here.
solution.
we're not
What
going.
can we replace men are trash with? Give me a solution. That's
Maria,
all I ask.
Maria, you don't need that slogan.
Okay, give me a solution.
I don't know what the solution is.
Then we're not moving.
No.
We are stuck here. On says this so stuck.
We obviously can sit down and say, you know what? Let's find, a suitable slogan. I'm not saying that you need to
Forget
cover
the
us as men.
sloganism. I'm not even talking about that. What is the solution?
Maria, the solution is...
Have you not had time to
is
think about it?
No. I just think that, you know what? Stop labeling us.
Forget the label. What is the solution?
Because at the end of the day, and it's not about the ism again, like you say, the whataboutism. Because, like we say, I don't want to sit here and label women as hoes.
What is the solution? I am asking a simple question.
There are.
You are dancing
there
around
are other
it.
ways.
Like?
Maria, you in activism, okay?
Forget the label. Okay, I'm saying, I'm agreeing with you. Let's say I'm agreeing with you. We should do away with the label.
Yeah.
Let's start there.
Yeah.
I'm agreeing with you. Okay,
Yeah.
if you come to me now and say, okay, fine,
Maria.
men are trash, let's do away with that. Yes. What is the solution?
Maria, I just said an hour ago, okay, how you changed me in terms of the activism that you shared with me. Okay, you've already won over an ally in me, just on the information that you shared. And that activism that you've been busy with for such a long time, that reverberates through the show. There are 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 people who watch our show every day. And the stuff that you do share with us resonates with us. But you take us a step back if we would, this activism about men are trash. It sets me back. It's like,
why?
It sets me back because I have sons, as I said earlier.
I
have me. But that's your decision. There's no way that I'm going to allow my sons to actually be part of anything that says they are trash or that their label is trash. I would not want my daughter. I wouldn't want my daughter to be part of anything that gives her the idea at 11 years old or at 16, 17 years old that men are actually trash. So my father and his father, in general, are basically trash. I personally think that we need to get another approach of trying to shake men's... We need to have time.
I'll give you homework.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, let's talk about it. Give me your approach. Because for me, I'm solution driven. Give me a solution. Let us try it out. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, let's look for another solution. But
what
we cannot.
Is your solution?
We cannot continue crying.
Huh?
Look,
wolf.
If you continuously say that man is trash, what you're doing is that's more like
reinforcing that kind of.
Telling them to have listen. If your kid, it's more like you raising your kid and you say, listen, you are stupid. They will believe that he's stupid. Listen, if you educate them and make
Shines. You are making important points, but you're standing over there.
That's the problem.
Yeah. What is your issue?
So Shines is saying, let me repeat it. Shines says, if you continue calling somebody stupid.
What I'm saying is this, right?
Yeah.
If you say men are trash, you're making this man believe that they're trash.
Are you trash?
If you are raising your
Are you trash?
and you're telling them that...
Wait.
Can I speak?
Yeah.
If you're raising your kids and you tell them they're stupid, they believe that. They live by that. It's the same as man. If you tell them they're trash, they'll believe it. And they'll keep doing it because, as a matter of fact, they will never join you. But if you tell them, if you educate them, and also another thing, your campaign, what you guys do is this, you talk to women about how trash men are. But you never talk to men. That's the problem.
Actually, we do.
You don't.
Let me tell you make very relevant points, so I'm not going to take that away from you. You're making very relevant points. What I don't agree with is the fact that our activism is only focused on men. The truth is, right, because of this society we live, men don't want to listen to us.
No.
Look, because you're calling us trash. How do you want us to come and listen to you?
But you are trash! No, I'm just kidding.
Let me tell you something, right?
I'm just kidding.
There was a time I was invited. There was a time. Listen, y'all. That screaming was just out of proportion. You see, Maria, there was a time I was invited to UNAM to speak about this topic, right? And I can guarantee you, right, for as much as like, we preach about, men or killing all women, but if we're not communicating a message to the people that need to provide a solution, we're wasting our time.
Yes, the solution is with you.
People, men should be communicated to, and they must feel part of this conversation.
I agree.
They must feel part of your campaign, your advocacy. But if you guys are only preaching that man I trust,
I agree. The solution is with you.
Exactly.
The solution is with you.
Okay, but
I've
how
said
do you solve a problem with a problem?
But you guys have no solutions. Do you understand that the solution is with you?
But if you tell
you don't
them,
even hold each other accountable. You guys don't even hold each other accountable.
We do.
We hold each other
We
accountable.
do.
What I'm not going to do is be in the studio while you guys are lying to each other.
No, we do.
You don't hold each other accountable.
The problem is that you guys are, how do I put this to make you to make more sense? The problem is you guys wanna solve a problem with another problem.
By the way, before you continue, Shans wanted to cut the stream 10 minutes ago.
Yes.
By the way.
Let's get out of here.
Just by the way. Yeah, Maklar. No, you're making very relevant points, Maklar.
So what I'm saying is you cannot solve a problem with a problem. But you call it man I trust, that's already a problem.
Why is that a problem?
Because
it hurts your feelings.
No. Let's separate the feelings.
Okay, what is
right now we wanna, I'm all about facts over opinions. All right?
Facts are that men are trash.
And reality, no, that's not a fact. That's
your
opinion.
Go look at the crime bulletin.
No, that's an opinion, Maria.
Who's committing most crimes?
No.
Look,
Is
it not men?
No.
Somebody give it. Let me give you a narrative.
Right? Look.
Let me give you a narrative.
Okay.
Let me give you a narrative. If I'm walking down the street, let's give this jogging scenario. Right? Yeah. This woman that you were talking about 5 o'clock is jogging down the street. Right? And she sees Neville. She doesn't have time to assess whether or not Neville is trash.
Right.
She doesn't have time. Like, Neville's actually an upstanding man that will not rape you. We don't have that luxury. So if I'm jogging down the street and I see even one guy or two guys, I have to assume I'm in danger. I just have to assume that for my own protection. So when we say men are trash, it's also in that context. It's not that everybody is trash. By the way, I have loving and caring and kind-hearted people in my life, men, right, that I adore to no end, that I will, for example, try to protect in that sense. I know Neville personally. I'm here with Cubase. I'm here with you. I know you guys are good
everything
people.
You are saying is
but
right.
if I have to hear tomorrow that you've raped, I also will not be surprised.
You see,
Why would I
everything
be?
you're saying is right, but I'm just saying like the approach that you guys are going about it. It's what is wrong.
All right.
That's more like we saying, for example, who done babies? It's women, right?
Yes.
Do we say women are murderers?
No, what we're saying
cannot.
is make
That's just
abortion
point.
legal.
Another point is who are prostitutes? It's women, right?
Sex workers.
Do
that's
we
what
say,
we call
okay,
them.
do we say women are prostitutes?
Give us economical.
We cannot.
Ability.
We cannot. We cannot say that because we cannot generalize. We cannot label everybody because of somebody else's wrongdoings. But we can find other ways to approach the matter as it is in its nature without generalizing a statement. That's my problem, and I'm out of here.
All right.
We'll continue tomorrow.
In conclusion, men are trash.
Drop mic shines.
In conclusion, men are still trash. Yeah.
Is julle klaar?
Ja, ons is klaar.
Hey, when I'm trash, so what?
Weekday mornings from 6 to 9, Monday to Fridays.
The Morning Mix.
As you journey through life towards your retirement goal, build your wealth with Elite Save. Earn 8.5% compound interest on your investment term while choosing when and how you receive your interest returns. It's tailor-made to help you succeed. For more info, SMS Elite Save to 31844 and we will call you back. Underwritten by Trustco Life.
No Loko hena nganda, loko hena bigulia, loko hena mea, okawa mundu, itabele, winjo bimbiji my bossy waingo, mwache amu mudandu, mwada kondundu, bilio mahunju, stand in the line, take your time to pour the wine.